Hello, welcome back. It's been a few months since the last episode of Aw Shit It's Monday. This episode marks the beginning of a new era of Aw Shit It's Monday. Instead of each episode focusing only on one story, each episode will now feature usually 5 short stories. I say usually because today's episode will feature only 4 short stories. And if you like any of these stories, besides liking, subscribing, and commenting, you can show support by going to my apparel site, justtextclothing.com, to purchase the Aw Shit It's Monday tee. It's only $25. Okay, now to the stories.
Story 1. Monday's Shadow. In the quiet town of Crestfall, where peculiarities were woven into the fabric of daily life, one phenomenon stood out: the shadows. Each person's shadow was a living, breathing reflection of their emotional state. Happiness cast a warm, golden hue, while anger manifested as jagged, dark edges. Yet, it was on Mondays that the shadows took on a life of their own, morphing into sinister entities that seemed to swallow the light. Meet Eleanor Gray, a reserved librarian whose normally unassuming shadow transformed into a murky, foreboding figure every Monday. The town gossiped about the curse that seemed to follow her, but Eleanor dismissed it as mere superstition until a peculiar incident on a Monday morning changed everything. It began as an ordinary Monday. The sun struggled to break through the overcast sky as Eleanor walked to work. Her shadow, however, stretched unnaturally, its tendrils reaching out like fingers, touching the shadows of passerby and siphoning away their joy. Eleanor, usually a beacon of calm, felt an unexplainable surge of anger. In the library, strange occurrences unfolded. Books toppled off shelves, and the whispers of pages turning echoed through the silent halls. The town's residents, already on edge, avoided Eleanor, casting fearful glances at her ominous shadow. Desperate for answers, she delved into ancient texts and discovered a forgotten curse tied to an eclipse that occurred centuries ago. Determined to break the curse, Eleanor embarked on a journey through Crestfall's mysterious history. She sought guidance from the enigmatic town elder, Mr. Thorne, who revealed that a rare flower, the celestial bloom, bloomed only on Mondays during a solar eclipse. Legend had it that this flower held the key to reversing the shadow curse. As the next Monday approached, Eleanor faced a moral dilemma. The celestial bloom was guarded by supernatural forces, and acquiring it meant trespassing into forbidden territory. Undeterred, she gathered a small group of allies, each burdened by their own Monday shadows, and set out on a treacherous quest. Their journey was fraught with challenges, phantom creatures, riddles, and illusions designed to test their resolve. Along the way, Eleanor discovered the stories of her companions, realizing that their shadows reflected not only their pain but also their resilience. Finally, in the heart of the Forbidden Grove, the celestial bloom awaited. The group, battered and weary, plucked the elusive flower as the eclipse reached its zenith. In a burst of ethereal light, the curse lifted. The shadows, once malevolent, transformed into vibrant reflections of the townspeople's emotions. Eleanor's shadow, now a gentle silhouette, danced with the joy of liberation. Crestfall, freed from the Monday curse, blossomed into a town where shadows told stories of strength, hope, and the triumph over the darkest day of the week. As Eleanor watched the sunrise on a shadow-free Monday, she realized that sometimes, to dispel the darkness, one had to confront the shadows within and around them. Story 2. Monday's Echo. The town of Cresthaven had a peculiar quirk: every sound made on Monday echoed into the rest of the week. For the townsfolk, it was a bizarre phenomenon that added an extra layer of dread to the beginning of the workweek. Sarah, an unassuming resident of Cresthaven, was particularly affected by this echo. On this particular Monday morning, the alarm clock's shrill ring not only marked the start of her day but also set the tone for the entire week. As she reluctantly crawled out of bed, the echoes of that abrasive sound seemed to linger in the air, an audible reminder of the challenges ahead. The morning routine, usually mundane, became a symphony of discordant echoes. The clang of pots and pans as she prepared breakfast reverberated with an unsettling resonance. Even the chirping of birds outside took on an eerie quality, foreshadowing a week that promised to be anything but harmonious. As Sarah stepped out into the crisp Monday air, she couldn't escape the feeling that the very atmosphere conspired against her. The town square, normally bustling with life, seemed shrouded in an unusual silence. The footsteps of pedestrians echoed ominously, each step sending ripples through the sonic fabric of the week. At work, the usual office chatter carried a weight that seemed to grow with each passing hour. Meetings, usually routine, became battlegrounds of conflicting ideas, the echoes of heated discussions lingering long after the conference room had emptied. During her lunch break, Sarah sought refuge in the town park, hoping the tranquility of nature would provide respite from the cacophony of Monday's echoes. However, even the rustling of leaves and the babbling brook seemed to conspire against her, weaving a disconcerting melody that followed her as she returned to the office. By the time the workday ended, Sarah felt emotionally drained. The echoes of Monday's frustrations clung to her like a heavy cloak, foreshadowing a challenging week ahead. As she navigated the quiet streets on her way home, she couldn't shake the feeling that the very essence of Monday had seeped into her being. That evening, as she lay in bed, Sarah pondered the peculiar curse that hung over Cresthaven. Was there a way to break free from the echoes of Monday? Or was she condemned to live a week that perpetually carried the weight of its ominous beginning? Determined to unravel the mystery, Sarah embarked on a quest to understand the origin of the Monday echoes. Her journey led her through the town's history, its secrets slowly unfolding as she delved into forgotten archives and spoke to the oldest residents. In her pursuit, Sarah discovered a forgotten legend, a tale of an ancient ritual that, if performed, could break the curse and silence Monday's echoes. Fueled by a mix of desperation and determination, she gathered a group of like-minded individuals, each burdened by the weight of Monday. Together, they ventured into the heart of Cresthaven on the next Monday morning, ready to perform the long-forgotten ritual. As they stood in the town square, surrounded by the echoes of 1,000 Mondays, Sarah led the group through the intricate steps of the ceremony. As the last chant echoed through the air, a profound stillness settled over Cresthaven. The oppressive echoes of Monday gradually faded away, leaving behind a town liberated from the curse that had haunted it for generations. The residents of Cresthaven woke up the next Monday to a newfound sense of lightness. The air was free from the lingering echoes, and the town square, once a battleground of discordant sounds, now hummed with a peaceful serenity. Sarah, having played a pivotal role in breaking the curse, found herself transformed. The weight that had clung to her on Mondays lifted, and the town of Cresthaven, once trapped in the perpetual echo of its least favorite day, was finally free to embrace the rest of the week without the ominous shadow of Monday's echoes. Story 3. Title: The Monday Monotony. In the quiet town of Everbrook, where the sun always seemed a little less bright on Mondays, lived Alex Harding. Alex was an ordinary person with a penchant for routine, but their world turned topsy-turvy when a mysterious incident unfolded. They found themselves trapped in a relentless time loop, forever stuck in the monotony of Mondays. The cycle began like any other Monday. The alarm blared, coffee brewed, and the morning news delivered its usual blend of gloom. But as Alex stepped out into the world, a strange sensation gripped them. A déjà vu that went beyond the usual Monday blues. It didn't take long for the realization to sink in. They were stuck, reliving the same Monday over and over. Days turned into weeks, and Alex became a reluctant expert in the peculiar art of navigating a perpetually looping Monday. Each attempt to break the cycle ended in failure, leaving Alex in a state of resignation. The town around them remained frozen, oblivious to the temporal anomaly that ensnared its newest prisoner. At first, the routine offered a curious charm. Alex knew every crack in the sidewalk, every passerby's routine, and the exact moment the lunchtime bell chimed. But as the days blurred into an endless stream of Mondays, the charm morphed into a maddening monotony. The very things that once brought comfort became instruments of torture. The town's inhabitants moved like clockwork, repeating conversations and gestures as if programmed. Even the weather seemed locked in a perpetual overcast Monday gloom. The once charming cafe where Alex spent their afternoons became a symbol of frustration, serving the same lukewarm coffee and echoing the same inane conversations. Alex's attempts to interact with the town's residents resulted in vacant stares and rehearsed responses. The people were trapped in their own loops, mere shadows of their former selves. The laughter that once filled the air on sunny Saturdays was replaced by the eerie silence of a town caught in the grip of a never-ending Monday. In the midst of this temporal purgatory, Alex's emotions became a tempest. Frustration evolved into anger, anger into despair. The once vibrant spirit was now a ghost navigating a world suspended in perpetual Monday melancholy. One Monday, after countless cycles, a peculiar thought dawned on Alex, perhaps breaking free required embracing the very routine that entrapped them. Instead of fighting against the currents of the loop, they decided to navigate the day with an acceptance that bordered on indifference. As they embraced this newfound approach, subtle changes rippled through the town. The once stiff routines of the residents began to loosen, and the town started to thaw from its Monday freeze. The sun, long absent from the sky, made a hesitant appearance. Just as Alex settled into this altered routine, the loop shattered. The world around them jolted back to life, and time resumed its natural course. It was a Tuesday. The experience left Alex forever changed. They carried the weight of countless Mondays, a profound understanding of the fragility of routine, and an appreciation for the beauty found in the unpredictability of life. As the days unfolded beyond that eternal Monday, Alex treasured each moment, knowing that even the most mundane Tuesday held the magic of a world free from the shackles of monotony. Story 4. Title: The Monday Memoir. Once upon a time in the quiet town of Evergrove, there lived a seemingly ordinary person named Alex. Except, there was one peculiar aspect of Alex's life that set them apart. They were caught in a strange loop where Mondays stretched into eternity. Each week began anew, but the day remained the same, the dreaded Monday. It all started innocently enough. On an unassuming Monday morning, Alex discovered an ancient leather-bound book tucked away in the dusty corner of an old bookstore. The book's cover bore an inscription that promised to bring good fortune but came with a cryptic warning. Ignoring the caution, Alex opened the book to find that it was, in fact, a diary. However, this was no ordinary diary. It was as if the book had a life of its own, automatically filling its pages with the events of Alex's Mondays. At first, it seemed like a blessing. Alex reveled in the idea of reliving their best days. But soon, the enchantment turned into a curse. As the weeks unfolded within the pages of the diary, a pattern emerged. Mondays became a series of mundane and increasingly disheartening events. The spilled coffee, the missed bus, the indifferent colleagues, every incident etched itself into the diary's pages with meticulous detail. Alex's attempts to break free from the Monday loop were futile. The diary seemed to have a mind of its own, resisting any attempt at alteration. The frustration grew, and with each Monday that passed, the weight of the curse bore down on Alex's shoulders. The once optimistic and vibrant person became a mere shadow of their former self. Friends noticed the change, but Alex could only attribute it to the perpetual gloom of Mondays. It was as if the diary had a direct line to their soul, extracting the joy from their very being. Desperation set in. Alex consulted experts, delved into ancient texts, and even sought the advice of mystics, but the curse held firm. The town of Evergrove, oblivious to Alex's plight, continued its normal rhythm, unaware of the Monday that never ended for one of its residents. As the diary chronicled the endless repetition of Mondays, Alex's entries took a reflective turn. The tone shifted from anger and frustration to a poignant acceptance. They began to find beauty in the mundane, the silver lining in the darkest clouds of Monday. In a strange twist of fate, the diary, sensing this change, started to lose its magical grip. Alex's attitude towards Mondays transformed the curse itself. The diary, no longer compelled to record the same dreary events, began to showcase snippets of hope, small victories, and unexpected joys. With a newfound perspective, Alex embraced each Monday as an opportunity for growth. The curse, it seemed, had become a teacher, forcing Alex to find resilience and happiness in the seemingly ordinary. Evergrove, too, began to change. The perpetual Monday started to lose its grip on the town, and the days began to flow once more. As the last entry filled the pages of the diary, Alex closed the book. The curse was broken, and the once eternal Monday was now just a memory. The town of Evergrove, unaware of the cosmic struggle that had taken place, continued its existence, but for Alex, the lessons learned in the endless Mondays became a memoir of resilience and the enduring capacity of the human spirit to find light even in the darkest days.
So what are your thoughts about these 4 stories? Which one is your favorite? And remember, the Ah Shit It's Monday tee is available to purchase at justtextclothing.com. All the details you need to know on your screen. I'll be back next Monday with another episode of Ah Shit It's Monday. See you in the future.